Hey guys, we're back with another video. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be looking at all of our Major League Baseball games we have coming up for Monday, May 12th. We're going to break down all 11 of our matchups today, look at the games, look at the pitching, the batting orders, and try to predict the outcome for every single game today. Who's going to win, who's going to lose, what the final scores might be, and we'll also be taking an in-depth look at our best bets, the money lines, the spreads, the over-unders. If you're a baseball fan, if you're a sports fan, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you have any comments, do you agree? Do you disagree? Drop the comments below. I'm going to make sure that I respond to every single comment. We're going over every game, the entire 2025 season. We also have all the other news going on in the sports world. We have the NFL draft just happened. We have college football spring portal, transfer portal. Once the football season starts, we also go over every game and do the best bets every week for football season as well. That's why I said, if you're a sports fan, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, look down in the chat. I do have a pinned comment. You can click on that link. You can sign up for one of our teams. But let's not waste any more time. We have 11 games in total. We want to run through these games as quickly as possible. We have some good ones coming up. We're getting deeper into the season. We are starting to get some injuries, but nonetheless, some good matchups, some solid overall pitching matchups today. Let's get started. Kicking things off, the very first game we have is at 6:10 p.m. We have the 20-21 Milwaukee Brewers. They've been flirting around 500 the entire season. They'll be visiting the 23-17 Cleveland Guardians. The Brewers would love to get back to 500 here. Right now, the Brewers on the road, a 52.6% chance to win this game. Cleveland, a 47.4%. Milwaukee, 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 8.5. The Brewers are minus 135. The Guardians are plus 115, but you have to respect the Guardians, even though they're the underdogs. They are second place in the AL Central. The Brewers third place in the NL Central. The Brewers have a very consistent offense. They have a very talented team. If they can get Yelich going, obviously he's going to be another offensive weapon that can catapult this team going forward. Right now they're averaging 4.5 runs a game, hitting .233, 35 home runs, 51 steals. Very aggressive on the bases, but if you stop and think about it, Milwaukee's always been a smaller market team. They play small ball. They play small ball extremely efficiently. They know how to generate runs, and they're giving up 4.14 runs per game. And for Cleveland, they're averaging 4.2 runs a game, hitting .237. Pretty decent power here, 45 home runs as a team, 30 stolen bases, giving up 4.26 runs per game. They've been giving up a little more runs per game the last 2 weeks. They got to get that starting pitching under control. Looking at the pitching matchup today, you have the veteran Freddie Peralta right now going for the Brewers, back-to-back 200 strikeout seasons for his career. 3.7 ERA so far this season, 4-2 record, 2.18 ERA. Great solid start to the season. 45.1 innings, 48 strikeouts, only 5 home runs given up in 7 starts. He's going up against Ben Lively, who's also having a very solid start to the season. For his career, 4.4 ERA. This season, 3.46 ERA, the best start to his career. 2-2 record, 41.2 innings, 28 strikeouts. Where he's kind of faltered a little bit, he does give up a lot of base hits, put guys on base. Milwaukee, extremely aggressive. If you walk guys, they're going to swipe bases. They're going to try to generate as many runs as possible. Give me the Brewers to win game 1 here on the road to cover the spread, and I'm going to go with the over here. And at 6:40 p.m., we're going to have the 22-20 Boston Red Sox coming in this game, second place in the AL East. They'll be visiting the 26-15 Detroit Tigers. What a start to the season for this team. Still first place in the AL Central. They have offense. They have power. They have elite pitching so far this season. We know Boston, very talented team, under the radar team. Some people pick them to win the AL East, potentially even make the World Series this season. Right now, they have a 43.6% chance to win this game. The Tigers at home, a 56.4% chance to win. But the Red Sox are going to be the Vegas favorites here, 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 8.5. Boston comes in, they're minus 105. Detroit is minus 115. You have to respect both teams. Both teams have power. Both teams can score some runs. Right now, the Red Sox are averaging 4.9 runs a game, hitting .254. 50 home runs, 45 steals. Very efficient on offense, very aggressive on offense, and also very balanced power speed-wise. And they're only giving up 3.63 runs per game. That number used to be in the 4s. It is slowly going down. Props to this team. They are pitching better as we get to the midpoint of the season. And for the Tigers, they're averaging 5.2 runs a game, hitting .255. No issues getting guys on base. 50 home runs, a lot of power, and not a lot of speed. Only 17 stolen bases total, but they haven't needed it so far. They continue to consistently score runs, and they're giving up 3.15 runs per game. That is actually technically top 5 in Major League Baseball. This team very under the radar starting pitching. They have a very decent bullpen as well. The Red Sox bullpen has kind of been struggling, but we know the talent is technically there. Looking at our starting pitching, you have Tanner Houck right now going for the Red Sox for his career 3.8 ERA. Not the best start for him so far this season. 0-2 record, 6.10 ERA, 41.1 innings, 32 strikeouts. He has given up a lot of home run. He is a little susceptible to the long ball here. You don't want to bring that into this game versus the Tigers. They have a lot of power. They could take advantage of balls left out over the plate. They're going to have Jackson Jobe right now going for the Tigers. 2-0 record, 4.88 ERA, 27.2 innings, 20 strikeouts. He is walking a lot of guys, practically a walk every other inning. The same thing goes for the Tigers. You don't want to put guys on base here versus the Red Sox. They have power. They have speed. This is one of those games to me, even though the Red Sox are favored, I could honestly see this one going either way. It's practically a pick-em for me. Give me the Tigers to pull off the upset win, technically. Going with the plus 1.5, and I'll go with the over. And at 6:45, another very solid pitching matchup. We have the 22-19 St. Louis Cardinals. You have to respect this team's offense. They'll be visiting the 24-16 Philadelphia Phillies. Right now, both teams are second place in their divisions. St. Louis second place in the NL Central. Philadelphia second place in the NL East. And when you look at Philly, a lot of people pick this team to win the NL East. Some people have them going to the World Series, maybe even winning the World Series. They have one of the best offensive rosters on baseball. And to me, in my personal opinion, I do think they have the deepest starting rotation in baseball currently right now. Yes, they're not pitching at an elite level, but going down the stretch, August, September, that's when the starting pitching, that's when that depth is really going to start to exert itself. Right now, the Phillies at home, 59.6% chance to win. St. Louis, a 40.4% chance to win. The Phillies, 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 8.5. Philadelphia, they're minus 180. St. Louis is plus 150. St. Louis with that offense, they're averaging 4.7 runs a game. Hitting 261, absolutely zero issues with getting guys on base. They actually have a top 5 overall batting average for the team. 38 home runs, 28 steals. They have Nolan Arenado, Contreras, Donovan. A lot of weapons in this lineup, and they're only giving up 3.85 runs per game, solid pitching. And for the Phillies, they're averaging 4.8 runs per game if they get Bryce Harper going. Obviously, that's going to be someone who can catapult this team going forward. Kyle Schwarber now tied with Aaron Judge for the lead with 14 home runs in baseball. They're hitting 259, 40 home runs, 36 steals, giving up 3.86 runs per game. I do see that number coming down as the season goes along. Overall, right now, it is still a good ERA, but they are technically better than that. Looking at our pitching, you're going to have Matthew Liberatore right now going for St. Louis. 3-3 record, 3.07 ERA. Great start to the season for him. 41 innings, 38 strikeouts, only 2 home runs given up in 7 games. That is really good, showing great control here. Only 6 walks in 7 games. Only 2 home runs in 7 games. Then you have Christopher Sanchez right now going for the Phillies. Career 3.7 ERA so far this season, 4-1 record, 2.89 ERA, 37.1 innings, 44 strikeouts. He's a strikeout pitcher, walks some guys, doesn't give up very many home runs. This is one of those games I could also see as a 50-50 type of matchup. Both teams are talented. Both teams second place in their division. Both teams have the ability to win their division or potentially compete for a wild card spot. Give me the home team game one. Give me the Phillies to win this one to cover the spread, but I'm actually going to go with the under this game. And at 7:10 p.m., we have the 14-27 Pittsburgh Pirates. We have to call it what it is. This season has gotten away from Pittsburgh really fast. They weren't too bad the first 2 weeks. Since then, they have been sliding backwards. They need a massive rebound. They need some type of momentum, and it mainly stems around that offense. They got to get some guys on base, and they have to do something to drive those runs in. They're going to be facing off first the 26-15 New York Mets. The Mets right now, first place in the NL East. This team is starting to score a lot of runs. On paper, one of the best offensive lineups, and technically, statistically, a top 3 starting rotation, top 3 bullpen, top 3 overall team ERA. They're going to add some pieces at the trade deadline, but right now the Mets are cruising. They're at home here. They have a 60.9% chance to win this game. The Pirates a 39.1. Mets are 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 7.5. They're minus 135. Pittsburgh is plus 115, but you got to respect who Pittsburgh's going to be putting on the mound here. He definitely gives this team a chance to end their slide here and at least steal a win. Right now, Pittsburgh, they're only averaging 3.1 runs a game. hitting 220, 28 home runs, 45 steals. They are aggressive on the base pass, but that's not resulting in runs, and they're giving up 4.14 runs per game. The Mets, this number continues to go up every single week. Started out the season kind of slow. It is ticking up as the weeks go by, though. 4.9 runs a game, hitting 255. They're really starting to hit their power now. Guys like Soto, they're starting to find their stride. 51 home runs, 30 steals, but it's the pitching. Only giving up 2.88 runs per game. That's top 3 in baseball. They were number 1 for a while. They're still top 3 no matter what. You can't complain about that. But you have Paul Skeens going for Pittsburgh. When he's on the mound, he always gives Pittsburgh a shot. Even though they only average 3 runs a game, this guy can give up 2 runs. They can win the game. The bullpen just has to hold it for him. Last season, 1.96 ERA in his rookie season. So far this season, 3-4 record. 2.77 ERA. He just needs some run support. 48.2 innings, 47 strikeouts, only 4 home runs given up in 7 starts. And the Mets have David Peterson going. He's kind of battled injuries throughout his career. He has high highs, he has low lows. Did finish second half of last season with the number 1 ERA second half last year. So far this season, he's been on point the entire season so far. 2-2 record. 3.05 ERA, 38.1 innings, 36 strikeouts, only 3 home runs in 7 games, keeping the ball in the ballpark. He has the better offense. He has the better bullpen. I love Skeen stuff, though. Whenever he's on the mound, Pittsburgh has a chance. But giving the Mets with the better team to win this game at home to cover the spread, and I'll go with the over, just barely. And then we have a divisional matchup at 7:15 p.m. These 17-24 Washington Nationals. Yes, they're 17-24, but you have to be careful to judge this team. This is actually a very scrappy, competitive team, playing much better than a lot of teams thought they'd play. A lot of very close losses. They'll be facing off here versus the 19-21 Atlanta Braves. Braves are 19-21. You also don't want to laugh at that. Don't want to judge them by that. Don't forget, they started out the season 0-7. I said zero reason to panic. They're going to right the ship. They don't even have their best player yet. They are much better than they were playing. This is a team that's more than capable of competing in the playoffs and even winning the division once they catch a hot streak. They're technically playing pretty hot baseball right now in the last 3 weeks. Since they started 0-7, they've gone 19-14, playing much better, slowly chipping their way back to 500. They have something to play for. Right now, the Braves 66% chance to win this game. The Nationals a 34% chance to win. Atlanta 1.5 run favorites. The over in here is 8.5. The Braves minus 165. The Nationals are plus 140. Nationals, no issues really with their offense. It all stems around pitching. And boy, has pitching been an awful issue so far this season for the Nationals. They're averaging 4.2 runs a game. That's fine. Hitting 239, 40 home runs, 43 steals. But that pitching, one of the worst in baseball, bottom 5 pitching staff in baseball. They're getting scorched, torched every single game. 5.45 runs given up per game. That's not going to cut it here versus a Braves offense that's starting to play a lot better. Right now, the Braves are averaging 3.9 runs a game, hitting 237, 42 home runs, 25 steals. Pitching used to be around 4.3, 4.4. That ERA starting to come down. The offense starting to score some more runs. They're starting to give up some less runs. They're only giving up 3.89 runs per game. And don't forget, all of this is without their best hitter. He's a massive difference maker. Right now, looking at the pitching, you have Jake Irvin right now going for the Nationals. Yes, their overall ERA is awful. It is not Irving's fault. He's actually having a solid start to the season. 2-1 record, 3.94 ERA, 48 innings, 33 strikeouts. He gives up some home runs. 9 home runs in 7 starts so far. Right now you have Grant Holmes going for the Braves. For his career, 3.9 ERA. So far this season, 2-3 record, 4.58 ERA. That's kind of high, but it's technically less than the Nationals give up. The Braves do have the edge with their bullpen. Right now, Holmes, 39.1 innings, 40 strikeouts, 20 walks. That kind of scares the crap out of me, giving a walk up every other inning, putting guys on base. Will the Nationals offense be able to take advantage of it? If they can get Irvin the lead, can that awful bullpen maintain the lead here versus a crafty Braves team? Give me the Braves to win this game to cover the spread, and I'll go with the over. And if you thought the Nationals ERA was bad, you haven't seen anything yet. At 7:40 p.m., the 15-24 Miami Marlins, they can score runs, but this might be the worst pitching roster in baseball. They'll be facing off versus the 23-18 Chicago Cubs. Not the best series here versus the Mets. Kind of dropped them down, but they're still in first place in the NL Central. Still one of the best offenses in baseball, if not the best offense in baseball. Right now, the Cubs at home, 74.9% chance to win this game. They are such heavy favorites, and kind of has you a little concerned. Whenever a team's that favored, sometimes they're setting up for the upset. And then you have the Marlins, 25.1% chance to win this one. The Cubs, 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 8.5. Chicago, minus 225. The Marlins plus 185. Like I was just saying, the Cubs are heavy favorites here. Miami, they're averaging 4.2 runs a game, hitting 246, 34 home runs, 38 steals, but it is that pitching. 5.7 runs given up per game. Let's just round it up to 6. They give up a lot of runs, and unfortunately for them, they are facing an offense that practically averages 6 runs a game no matter who they play. So 6 runs a game versus the average team is 7 to 8 runs per game when you're playing the Marlins. Right now, the Cubs are averaging 5.7 runs a game, hitting 252, 59 home runs. That's top 3 in baseball. 49 steals, very, very aggressive batting order. They're giving up 4.09 runs per game. Looking at the pitching, you have Quantrill right now going for the Marlins. 7.11 ERA. That's actually higher than the team average, if that was possible. 2-3 record, 31.2 innings, 22 strikeouts. Not giving up very many walks, not very many home runs, but he's giving up overall runs. He puts a lot of runners on base, gives up a lot of singles and doubles. He's going up against Colin Rea right now for the Cubs. 2-0 record, 2.43 ERA, 29.2 innings, 25 strikeouts, only 2 home runs given up in 6 games. The Cubs have the better bullpen, they have the better starting rotation, and they have one of the best offenses in baseball. Give me the Cubs after that bad Mets series to win this one to cover the spread, and I'll go with the over. And at 8:05 p.m., we have the 7-33 Colorado Rockies. Everyone pause. Colorado won a game yesterday. Let's give them some massive props. They were 6-33, by far the worst team in baseball. They finally pulled off a win yesterday. They pulled off an upset win. We actually called it yesterday. I said, call me crazy yesterday. I'm going to go with the Rockies. They did it. They won. They've been getting torched every single game the last week. They even fired their coach yesterday. They pulled off the upset win. Give them some credit. But lightning really doesn't strike the same place twice. I don't know that that's going to happen today. They'll be facing off versus the 20-21 Texas Rangers. Right now, the Rangers, 73.7% chance to win this one. The Colorado Rockies, a 26.3% chance to win. Texas, heavy favorites here. Vegas, no one's really giving the Rockies a shot here. The Rangers, 2.5 run favorites. The over in here is 8.5, which is actually low for a Rockies game, considering the over-unders the last week have been 10-12. Right now, Texas, minus 275. The Rockies are plus 225. Colorado is usually a great place to hit. The offense has not been hitting in Colorado. Very difficult place to pitch, but at least they usually have a pretty decent offense. They're averaging 3.3 runs a game, hitting 219, 34 home runs, 18 steals, giving up 5.77 runs per game. They're right up there with the Marlins pitching-wise. And for Texas, this is a team, Seager hitting now. This is an offense that's capable of a lot more. The bats haven't been hitting to start this season, but when they hit their potential, they'll be able to carry this team. They're 1 game under 500, 4th place in the West right now, but they're much better than they are. Pitching has not been a problem. Once the bats get hot, they'll carry this team. They're averaging 3.4 runs a game, hitting 233, 41 home runs, 33 steals, giving up 3.4 runs per game. And then looking at our pitching for this matchup, you have Chase Dollander going right now for the Rockies. Just awful start to his season. 7.71 ERA, 2-3 record. 28 innings, 25 strikeouts. He's given up home runs. He's given up singles. He's walking guys. There's going to be Rangers on base. They just have to get him home. He's going up against Tyler Mahle right now for the Rangers. 3-1 record, 1.48 ERA. Like I said, pitching has not been an issue for the Rangers. It's run support, 42.2 innings, 32 strikeouts. He's keeping the bases clear, only 2 home runs in 7 games, and the Rockies can't buy a home run right now. Will I pick the Rockies to get back-to-back upset wins? Not on your life. I have the Texas Rangers winning this one, covering the spread, and we'll go with the over. And a great pitching matchup at 8:10 p.m. We have the 24-18 Kansas City Royals. The fact that KC is 24-18 with one of the worst offenses in baseball is a testament to how elite their pitching has been this season. They are shutting people out. They are winning very close, low-scoring games, but you got to give them credit for that. They're facing off here versus the 20-19 Houston Astros, 1 game over 500. The Astros, the offense is starting to score some runs. We know they're going to have good pitching. They have a lot of injuries right now. Altuve, Alvarez, that's starting to pile up right now. Hopefully that does not affect the offensive performance. Right now, Houston, 64.8% chance to win this game. KC, a 35.2% chance to win. But you have the Royals here, 1.5 run favorites. But the fans are loving the Astros. The over-under is 8.5. Royals, minus 105. Houston, minus 115. But you know this game is going to be a very close one. Right now, KC, they're averaging 3.4 runs per game, 242 average, 27 home runs, 37 steals. They're only averaging 3.4 But they're playing so well record-wise, it's because that pitching is only giving up 2.99 runs per game. They only average 3.4, and that's still higher than the runs they give up. Great pitching, solid from KC right now, third place in the AL Central. Houston, they're averaging 4.2 runs a game, hitting 248, 33 home runs, 22 steals, giving up 3.44 runs per game. But it's the pitching this game. That's what the storyline is going to be about. Michael Wacha, career 3.8 ERA, very consistent pitcher, 2-4 record this season, 2.98 ERA, 45.1 innings, 34 strikeouts, only 2 home runs in 7 games, keeping the ball in the ballpark, playing solid right now. He's going up against Ryan Gusto right now for Houston. 3-1 record. He's a rookie, 2.93 ERA, 27.2 innings, 29 strikeouts, only 3 home runs given up. This is a great pitching matchup, so it's one that could potentially be up to either pitcher. It could come down to the bullpen deciding this game. Give me KC and that elite pitching roster they have pulling off the win here, which, yes, they are the favorites, but it's still an upset win. They are beating, technically, probably the overall better roster, but KC playing great this season. They win this one. They cover the spread. I'm going with the under here. And 2 younger pitchers going at 9:40 p.m., the 23-17 New York Yankees, first place in the AL East, versus the 22-17 Seattle Mariners, first place in the AL West. One of our very few first place versus first place matchups. Right now, Seattle 43.3% chance to win this one at home. The Yankees a 56.7%. Yankees 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 8.5. They're minus 135. The Mariners are plus 115. When you're looking at the Yankees, they lead Major League Baseball in home runs, and obviously that's because of Aaron Judge having a historic start to his season. The best start of his career, one of the best performances we've seen going into month 2 in modern baseball history. 409 batting average, 14 home runs, tied for the lead, 39 RBIs. They're averaging 5.9 runs a game. That is number 1 in baseball right now. 263 average, 70 home runs. That's number 1. 29 steals, giving up 3.71 runs per game. That's without Garrett Cole, their ace. They had to be the best starting rotation with Cole. Without him, they still have one of the best starting rotations in baseball. But Seattle, this is a team that can beat you multiple ways. Pitching, hitting, power, speed, averaging 4.9 runs a game. 243 average, 53 home runs, 43 steals. They have power. They have speed, very balanced on offense, a 4-team ERA. Looking at the pitching, 2 young pitchers here that are giving up some runs right now. Clark Schmidt going for the Yankees, 0-1 record, 4.79 ERA, 20.2 innings, 19 strikeouts. He's putting a guy on base via the walk every other inning. And then you have Hancock going for Seattle, 1-1 record, 5.7 ERA, 23.2 innings, 17 strikeouts. This game could go either way. Both guys practically have 5 ERAs. There's going to be some runs scored. This is 2 very good offenses. The Yankees have the slight edge on offense, and they have Aaron Judge probably due for another home run today. But I'm actually going to go with the Mariners pulling off a very close upset here, game 1 at home, going with the plus 1.5, and I'm going to go with the over, but you don't want to overlook the Yankees in that offense. In our second to last game at 9:40 p.m., the 16-23 LA Angels. This team's not scoring very many runs, but one thing they do is they hit a lot of home runs. They have a lot of power. It's just they hit a lot of solo home runs. They just need a couple guys that get on base right before they hit the home run. They'll be facing off first the 25-14 San Diego Padres. This team is 25-14, and they're second place in the NL West, the deepest, most competitive division in Major League Baseball this season. It is a very deep division this year. Right now, the Padres, to me, when you look at the Padres roster top to bottom, one of the best rosters in baseball, they're not averaging necessarily the most runs, but top to bottom, a lot of talent on this team, great pitching, great bullpen. Fernando Tatis, 320 average, 9 home runs, 23 RBIs. They have Machado, 72.2% chance to win this game. Such heavy favorites, it's a little alarming here, and the Angels a 27.8, San Diego 1.5 run favorites. The over in here is 7.5. San Diego, minus 215. The Angels are plus 180. LA, 3.7 runs a game, hitting 216, 53 home runs. I mentioned they have a lot of power, but they're not averaging very many runs. They just need some guys to get on base, cut down on the solo home runs, drive in some overall runs. 19 steals, giving up 5.2 runs a game. They give up a lot of runs. San Diego's offense is starting to play a lot better. 4.6 runs a game, hitting 266, 36 home runs, 33 stolen bases. Very balanced, giving up 3.25 runs per game. They have a good offense. They have power, speed, pitching. Give me San Diego. They have Michael King. Michael King, he's been in big games before. 4-1 record, 2.22 ERA, 44.2 innings, 48 strikeouts, only 4 home runs given up. The Angels have a very bad overall pitching roster, but it's not Kikuchi's fault. He's been pitching well, been pitching consistent the entire season. 0-4 record. He deserves his first win of the season. 3.83 ERA, which is really good, especially for the Angels. And he has no wins yet. Give this guy some run support. 42.1 innings, 39 strikeouts. He walks a lot of guys. To me, that does not bode well for a San Diego team who is a great contact hitting, overall base hitting team. Give me San Diego to win this one, to cover the spread, and I'll go with the over. And our final game of the night is a really good one on Fox Sports. If you are up and have the chance to watch this, definitely watch this at 9:45 p.m. The 21-20 Arizona Diamondbacks, 4th place in the NL West, and they're over 500, versus the 24-17 San Francisco Giants. This team is 24-17, and they're 3rd place in the NL West. Very deep division, and these guys are facing off divisional rivals. Right now, San Francisco, 53% chance to win this one. Arizona, a 47% chance. To me, practically a 50-50 pick. You have the Diamondbacks, 1.5 run favorites on the road here. Very talented offensive team. They give up some runs, but they can score with anyone. 7.5 over-under. The Diamondbacks, 1.5 run favorites. Right now, Arizona, they're minus 105. The Giants are minus 115. Interesting numbers there. Arizona, they're averaging 5 runs a game, hitting .248. A lot of power on this roster. 54 home runs, 34 steals, giving up 4.6 runs a game. But it's that offense that's going to give them a chance in any game to win it, especially on the road here versus San Francisco. The Giants, they're averaging 4.7 runs a game, hitting .232, 42 home runs, 24 steals, giving up 3.42 runs per game. Diamondbacks have an edge on offense. The Giants have an edge pitching-wise. Looking at the pitching for this game, Merrill Kelly going right now for the Diamondbacks, 3-2 record, 4.09 ERA. Very consistent throughout the season. 44 innings, 33 strikeouts, only 12 walks so far through 7 games. He's going up against Justin Verlander. Started out the season really awful, really rocky. Since then, he's turned things around, pitching a lot better. This is a veteran pitcher. He's the grizzly old veteran. This guy's 65 years old. He is going for records right now, pitching-wise. He's not going to be the all-time wins leader, but he's going to be top 3 in strikeouts. He's racking up these statistical numbers overall. He's a veteran. You want him on this team as you get potentially closer to the playoffs. 0-2 record, still in search of his first win. 4.5 ERA, which is technically lower than it was before. 42 innings, 35 strikeouts. He's had some control issues, walking a lot of guys, giving up a lot of base hits, but he is pitching better. But the Diamondbacks definitely have the offense to be able to potentially take advantage of him here. But why not? I'm going to go with Justin Verlander getting his first win of the season in the second month of the year. The Giants win this one, going with the plus 1.5, going with the over. So guys, that's our breakdown. That's our predictions, our best bets for all of our Major League Baseball games we have coming up for Monday, May 12th. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you have any comments, drop them below. I'm going to respond to every single one of them. If you want to join up for one of our member teams, look in the comments. I have the link pinned down there. I would appreciate it. Thanks.